I want to say thank you to our lecturer, Sir Asmawi Fendi bin Abdulrahman, and to all my fellow friends. Today I will talk about workplace exit at the supermarket. The study case we made at the Giant Panggang Police. My teammate was Haikal bin Abdul Aziz Irwan, Amirul Farid bin Fazil, and me, Amirul Faiz bin Fazil, from the MK4B. Okay, the introduction. What is the workplace hazard? Workplace hazard is any of the potential source of the harm or dangerous in the workplace that has a potential hazard that cause injury, illness, damage to the property. As you can see, this is the property around here, like box, floor, this some kind of the material around here. This is classification of the workplace hazard. As you know, the workplace hazard, they have a physical hazard. As you know, this is the picture. Someone slippery, someone slip to the floor. They have a chemical hazard that we use bleach and something like chemical we use at the store. Biological hazard, as you know, we use as a mask to handle a raw material. Ergonomic hazard, as you know, we use as a plant. And the psychosocial hazard, around of the people hazard. After that, we made a study case. This is the address PT Taman Putra Utama, Jalan Syed Alwi, Kanga Police. So this is someone carry a box. There is a material handling, manual handling, which is heavy. Okay, this is the classification that we find at the supermarket. First, the risk of the slip 3 and 4. As you know, eventually there is a lot of people who get slip and wet floor. And then we have a manual handling. Injury also, they have a significant risk for an employee, such as carry a heavy box and maybe a lot of box carry in the two hand. And then exposure of the chemical. This is a lot of the employee who is make sure the item at the store is neat. And then we have the repetitive motion injury. As you know, the repetitive motion is very a lot in the supermarket. They engage the constant scanning, typing, and then lifting a motion. Thank you. I will give a presentation to my friend. Thank you, Amirul Faiz, for the presentation of this slide. I will continue with the next slide. For the risk of safety 3 and 4, under the Occupational Safety and Health Act 1984, in Malaysia, in section, it is explain the general duty of employer to their employee. It shall be the duty of every employer to ensure that is practicable the safety and health and welfare of all of his employees. So the employer need to be ensured that the all safety of the employee are well practiced in their work. For the risk, slip, trip, and fall definitions, first the slip. What is definition of slip is the loss of balance when there are too little frictions, meaning that there are no frictions, maybe in their foot with the floor. Second is trip, loss of balance when the foot collide or strike or hit in its path, meaning that it's hit by something. Fall, to move downward, typically rapidly, freely from a higher height to a lower level. It is all of these are extremely dangerous and cause many catastrophic failure. Implication of hazard in slip, trip, and fall. First, the costly incidents, because every incident need to be paid. There are health insurance that need to be involved. the productivity loss because the person that have gain or have the accident, trip, slip, trip and fall will affect the production and also the reputational damage. Now, this would ranging from minor sprain to severe fracture, sometimes even death because it may be hit in a certain part such as head, neck. It could be your own life or you could be disabled. Workplace accident disrupt normal operations, so this is the production loss, and also incident involves trip and fall can tarnish the organization's reputation, affecting its credibility. The employee may be commend or might give a report to the employer that didn't give any type of uh, awareness for this kind of hazard. Solution for the hazard is good floor maintenance such as mopping every day, good housekeeping practice, clear signage. We need to have a clear sign and warning label uh, around the floor, around the entire floor, so the especially customer and also employer are well established their safety and also follow the regulations. Safe working surface, footwear policy, and emergency preparedness in case of any accident happens. Next slide. Manual handling injuries. This injury come from the Act. It includes provision for conducting the Act OSHA 1984 is included provision for conducting risk assessment. So we need to conduct a risk assessment, implementing control measure and providing training and supervision, and ensuring the ability of appropriate equipment to prevent manual handling injury. Manual handling meaning that transporting or supporting a load by hand or bodily force, not using any type of machine. This usually use jack. Implication of manual handling. First, we have the risk of injury. Manual handling can pose a significant risk to musculoskeletal injuries such as strain, sprain, and back injury due to overexertion or improper lifting technique. Second is physical fatigue. Manual handling can lead to physical fatigue, especially with repetitive movements, something that you do every day and also every time. Third is productivity impact. The inefficient manual handling or injury can result in decreased productivity and work efficiency. This also hurt the mental health of the uh, worker because it can give little discomfort to them. Solution for the hazard manual handling material. First, to provide training. Second is to implement mechanical aid such as forklift, jack, and this could help them to ease their burden. This jack provide personal protective equipment such as glove and also the back support and belt support for the back to encourage team lifting so they work in pair or in a group. And then the last, regular risk assessment so they know what the thing that need to be taken account when they're making a manual handling, especially when they're transferring an item from one place to another. Usually in supermarkets, they use a jack to uh, put the item in the rack. This also called a manual handling.
Thank you, my friend. And I will continue the slide. So exposure to chemical and repetitive motion injuries. Occupational Safety and Health Act 1994 uh, under use and standard of exposure of chemical hazards to health regulation 2000. Chemical exposure is section 70. Exposure to chemical hazardous to health. This section outlines the duties of employers to assess the exposure of employee to hazardous chemical in the work. Hazardous chemical defined by the Hazard Communication Standard (HCS) in any chemical which can cause a physical or a health hazard. As you can see in those picture, we show you example for a hazardous chemical. Implication of chemical exposure for disadvantage, health risk, environmental pollution, liability concerns. Exposures to hazardous chemical can pose significant health risks, including respiratory problems, improper handling, storage, or disposal of chemicals can lead to environmental pollutions. Solution for the hazards exposure to chemical and reproductive motion injuries. First, substitutions and engineering control. And second, self-handling procedure. Third, PPE and emergency preparedness, regular monitoring and maintenance, and lastly, employee education and awareness. So for the conclusions, the implementations of control measure to mitigate the slip, trips, and fall hazard has yielded positive result for giant supermarket. Regular floor inspections, maintenance of clean and dry surface, provision of adequate signage, employee training, and engineering control have significantly reduced the occurrence of accidents and injuries with this hazard.